Hello viewers, welcome to Crime Fighters, the Police and You. I am Richard Anyebe. Ogun State is referred to as the gateway to the nation. Ogun is bounded by Oyo and Osun states to the north, Lagos State to the south, Ondo State to the east, and the Republic of Benin to the west. Its proximity to these neighboring states and the Republic of Benin sometimes compromises the state's security. The vulnerability of the state makes it prone to the commission of crimes because of the many highways and thick forests that adorn the state. Ogun has in many instances suffered its share of security challenges. Criminals from within and outside the country come in through Ogun State to carry out myriads of crimes such as armed robbery, kidnapping, and cultism. It is against this backdrop that the crew of crime fighters took a trip to Ogun State to speak with the Commissioner of Police, Abiodun Alamutu, on how the command is handling the fight against crime and criminality, chiefly among which was the Sagamu court clash that claimed several lives. CP Alamutu also spoke about the policy drives of the Acting Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Egbetokun, and their implementation in the state, the intensity of cross-border crimes, and how he has been able to contain crimes and criminality in the state.
This is Crime Fighters, the Police and You. Stay tuned.
On my assumption of duty, I identified three basic challenges that the command have. One is cultism, the other being kidnapping, and the third being land grabbing. As at the moment, we have been able to stem the tide of kidnapping. For well over 6 weeks, we have not recorded a single case of kidnapping. But cultism has been a perennial challenge, and it reared its ugly head last month when suddenly a crisis engulfed Sagamu, and we find out that it has to do with cult-related rivalry and killings. We have been closing up on these people from time to time. In fact, before this incident, a credible information took my men to one Galaxy Hotel somewhere in Ifo, where 116 suspected cultists were arrested. On interrogation, they confessed that they are marking the 28th year anniversary of their confraternity, and they invited some ladies who we eventually screened out because obviously they are not part of it. They were just lured into the location to grace the occasion with them. And the process, 56 of them have been charged to court, and they are currently cooling off at the correctional center. As for the incident that happened in Sagamu, it was just a spontaneous action that we woke up to discover that there was massive mayhem. And since we have information on them before, we promptly responded. But unfortunately, they have all eloped. They have took to fly to various locations within the state. 17th September, this happened on the 17th. The following week, in our follow-up operation, we raided 3 to 4 prominent hideouts that we know they normally hibernate. 16 of them were arrested on that day, and the major gladiator there, one Asha, was arrested at one of the hideouts with a cut-to-size pistol, and is equally giving us credible information. He's here with us. The foiled robbery at Remo Majestic Hotel, we recovered 2 fabricated pistols from them. A young lady was lured into a particular apartment somewhere around Ode Remo. The DPO promptly mobilized teams to the place, where notorious cultist and rapist was arrested. He confessed to the crime, and in the course of search, a locally fabricated pistol was equally recovered from his premises. So we are always recovering firearms, because the truth is that, and based on the directive of the Inspector General of Police, we need to mop up all the illicit arms that have been in circulation. And this explains why at any given opportunity, we always want to, after arresting them, the follow-up operation, we always ensure that we get at their armorer or wherever they keep or normally keep the firearm, and we are always getting ahead on that. At about 0100 hours of 6 October 2023, I received a call from a public-spirited individual that armed robbery operation is going on at Remo Majestic Hotel. On receipt of this information, I put a call across to my area commander and DPO in Sagamu, and they immediately mobilized patrol teams to the scene. On arrival, the place was cordoned off, and in an effort to gain access into the hotel, they were engaged by the daredevil armed robbers, and in the ensuing gun duel, two of the armed robbers were fatally wounded. Thereafter, my men were able to gain access to the hotel and eventually discovered that they have been going from one room to the other, ransacking and dispossessing lodgers of their valuables. One of the suspects that was fatally wounded, by name Iliasu, confessed that they came in from Ibadan in Oyo State with a gang of other 7 criminals to perpetrate the dastardly act. There and then, the items they had earlier stolen, they were about 14 mobile phones were recovered from them, 13 expended life cartridges and 6 life cartridges with 2 custom-sized fabricated pistols. There in the follow-up operation to get at their cause, my team proceeded to Makpo, equally in Oyo State, and 2 other suspects identified by the prime suspect were arrested. In the process, a Toyota Camry vehicle that was earlier stolen at the hotel was equally recovered. And the 2 suspects and the recovered vehicle that have been moved down to Elewino here, so that while we continue investigation to get at the other fleeing suspects. The case is still under investigation for now, but obviously we are going to get at the other suspects that are on the run. A credible information was received that somebody was around the place wanting to dispose a motorcycle. So my men sweep on him. He was arrested, and in the preliminary investigation revealed that he confessed to being a serial armed robber, and his modus operandi is that we go to a big mosque, and while prayer session is going, he will silently move to the park to where the vehicles are parked and move the vehicle and motorcycles. In this instance, he removed 2 to 3 motorcycles have been recovered from him, and we are trying to work on him to get at the receivers, because without somebody receiving these motorcycles from me, he wouldn't have continued in the act. The case is still under investigation, and we are closing up on them. For quite some time, Ogun State, we have not been recording cases of armed robbery, but of late, Area Commander Songo received credible information that some criminals are hibernating in a particular hideout. The police patrol teams promptly sweep on them, where 4 of them were arrested. On interrogation, they confessed to have stolen 2 vehicles from 2 different individuals while in transit from Songo through Abeokuta. Now, the vehicles in question have been recovered, and we are trying to expand our investigation to identify their other accomplices, because as for now, the prime suspect, who they all claim to be their gang leader, is on the run. But we are equally working on that to get at the prime suspect, and thereafter get at their cohorts who are fond of receiving those stolen vehicles from them. Because from their story, they are not a part of they only participate in the robbery. It is the gang leader that is responsible for disposing the stolen items. So it's important we get in to get at the receivers. A public-spirited individual informed us that a corpse was lying on the road along Ijebu-Ode. And he promptly informed the anti-kidnapping team that is close by, on pin-down point close to the location. When they had discovered that the corpse was signs of attack on the corpse, this prompted further investigation that led to the arrest of 2 persons. He felt that he's out to fleece him of his money. That was why he contacted these 2 persons to go after him. They actually went after him, but surprisingly, in the course of administering self-help, they tortured the person to death and eventually dropped his corpse on the highway. They were being arrested. They have made useful information, confessed to the act, but the prime suspect is on the run on discovering that the persons he engaged to torture the deceased, the person that he gave his vehicle has died, is on the run. So this proliferation of arms has further added to our security challenges. And the idea has equally given them a window. If you come and drop the illicit weapons that you have without any consequence. If you come out and drop them voluntarily. But in a situation you allow us to go after you, you are caught with such weapons, you will have to face the music. And that has been the standard. We will still continue to advise them that those with these illicit arms, you voluntarily drop them. Because the moment you are not a police officer, you don't belong to any security agencies, and you are parading with arms, obviously you are up to some mischief.
Our advice is that members of the public should have absolute trust in the police. We should actually see the police as our friend. When there are information that borders on security or lack of it, we must report, promptly to the nearest police station. And we must have confidence in the police. We don't have any other thing that can safeguard our interests as far as security is concerned. So every member of the public should take it as a personal responsibility to report whatever becomes untoward at any level to the nearest policeman, so that at the end of the day, everybody can go home and sleep soundly with our 2 eyes closed.
Ignorance, they say, is not an excuse before the law. Such was the case of a 27-year-old man, Idris Adewale, who claimed he was unaware that having a forceful carnal knowledge of his supposed girlfriend was rape. Rape is an offense in Nigeria and it carries a life sentence. According to sections 357 and 358 of Nigeria's Criminal Code, rape is the act of having unlawful carnal knowledge of a woman or a girl without her consent, or with her consent if the consent is obtained by force or using threats or intimidation of any kind, or by fear of harm or using false acts. On today's episode of Crime Fighters Case File, you will hear how the supposed love relationship between a man and a woman went south. You will also hear how the suspected cultist who felt scammed by his supposed girlfriend decided to take his pound of flesh in a criminal way. This is a lesson to ladies out there to be careful of who they associate with. And to men out there are better ways to handle supposed grievances rather than resorting to self-help and criminality.
We don't date, we don't take more than 2 years. She don't come and visit me once. So he'll be lying for me that I'll come today, I'll come tomorrow. She always calm me then. I don't trust her again. And because both of what her friend have told me that she don't love me. She just always calm me, saying rubbish about me. She was after my money, so I owed it. And I now explained everything to my friend. And my friend now told me that I be Mugun, I'm a client. Say if na him, one gets no follow and try that rubbish. Say because and it's true. I always ask the girl that if you know that this thing you don't like it, you can't eat it, don't smell it too. She always told me that yes, it's true. She loved me. Say I should not be listening to what people they're telling me. Okay, I call hello. She now tell me that on my way to your household. Okay, yeah. When you get there, let me know. I do it with my friend. I won't plug my phone now. So if you get there, just stay one place. And I turn the phone back. As I'm going, even though on that day I'm running. Because I also happy that you see, you don't just scam me tete. So when I get there, I saw her and I call her. He came to come and meet me. We go out together. And we'll get house. He asked me that, this is my house? I said no, it's my brother's house. And you know that my brother very. So we now enter. And I asked her that, she, see, you can't do it. You tell me, say no. Say, open no shit. I said, no shit. Say, thank God, because I don't believe that you can even come and meet me for us, because I've tried my best. It's all these days. When you know that this thing, you don't like it, you can't eat it, why are you smelling it? But now you say, you are enter my trap. Oh. Today, you must give me this thing where I ask you, all these days. Oh. All the rubbish you are talking about me, your friend they tell me, your friend, and why the girl they tell me is that the girl they say I give her 2,000, sometimes 3,000, sometimes 1,000. So that one they advise and say, if you don't say no like this guy, why you not tell her? As the girl tell me the word that day, I don't believe, because woman they betray woman. So when you are inside, and I started touching her, remove my hand and say, yeah, she's going. And when she did dress up, her father asked her that, where are you going? She told her father that one of her friends, she's doing naming today. She say, Nadia, she did go, whereas na lie. So when I touch her, he be doing something, I say, no, I can't, wait, what I want to do? I make her no try am. So, I know, are you sure? In my house? No. And I locked door. So when I locked door, I started touch her. She was crying. She was begging me that she please. I don't answer. I said my body is moved. So if now she said, me she reason her as if now she be man like me. So now started begging me, I don't hear. Now sleep by force. So when I finish, my brother now enter. Say, what's all the rubbish? As my brother knock, I ask, who is that? Say, Emini, Shilakun. I say, my brother. She said she was scared. Say, oh, nah, started wrong. Yeah. As my brother still knock again, I say, oh, brother, they come. As I open the door, I tell him, say, I dey mad. She Ogun kill you. I did not tell you before, say, you no carry any woman come to my bed where I dey sleep. Say, where they just started para like my brother para like that. So as she are going, she just come back. My brother say, ask me, say, what I do for that girl? I say, she no know. She be that girl I dey tell am with that. Say, she na here for carry am come. Say, I dey mad. Say, next time this kind of thing, na hotel or one room, na I go carry am go. No be in room.
You are watching Crime Fighters, the Police, and You. Please stay tuned.
As I sit down, so I come buy cigar. Because I light one cigar, the smoke for that my brother's shop. Now I see I saw those guys. They are come because they know me. Say energy. Why? Come. That gun will come out. We use rape this girl. Where the gun? And so they started beating me, slap me, hit me, and with one army. So the army serve is bad because when they started roughing me, beating me, they carry me go to my. I told them that they don't know me before. Say me where I want to see gun because based on say they have planned me already before. They have done my meeting already because when they initiate me, I don't used to go to meeting. Whatever thing they say they want to do, I don't used to go because me, I've told them that now this thing, once I don't do them, I do it for money. I don't do it for rascality. They don't want to hear anything, and just carry me on top bike, say in a station, they go. So as a secondary station, I want able to tell them that station where they carry me, they go. If I tell policeman that the gun where you say you see for my now you can't give me, is it no problem for you guys? But I reason I say once I don't get gun, let's go to jail. So when I get to station and I collected my statement, the officer now asked me that how the issue they happen, and I explained everything. And I started writing. The officer now told me that woman say if even though I know come out bottle like this, I don't come out anything. If she told say I come out a knife, I come out anything, and the police go here. So I don't argue because it is their work. So I don't accept it because he already told police that I come out cutlass, gun, knife, bottle. But the way me I know rape me is that when she's going, we are planning to kidnap one girl now, to carry him to go to another place and sleep with her by force. That is what me I count with raping. Because if I know that this one I do is raping, I will never do it. That is why I'm begging government, may they forgive and forgive people when they do this myself, but may they stop them. Because I don't know, say person they date. Now based on say the girl don't scam me, and I always they talk to them that if you don't love me, please tell me. The woman is plenty. I will know what next. That girl is 23 years, I'm 27 years. My advice is I beg people that is doing this thing, I beg they should stop it. I beg them, please. People that are looking, that are watching me and hearing me, I beg. Even though if they are doing it right now as we are here now, they should stop it. I beg, help me and beg government. They should use this now to be the first and the last for me. If I ever try this in my life again, government can do me anything.